Yo, peace was good. Happy Saturday. Welcome to another hip hop album review. This is part 257. The album that we'll be reviewing today is Big Pun, or Big Punisher with Capital Punishment, his debut album released in 1998. Man, man, rest in peace, Big Pun, man. A force to be reckoned with. That's all I'm gonna have to say about that. For those who don't know who Big Pun is, he's an MC from Soundview, Bronx, which is like South Bronx, the East Bronx, eastern part of the Bronx, southern eastern part of the Bronx. Soundview, home of Lord Tariq and Peter Guns, Pistol Pete, Sex Money Murder. You know the crew that Pistol Pete was the founder of. You know that kind of thing. Um, he got his start back in the early 90s. He was part of a group called Full Eclipse, which ended up being Terror Squad. It was Prospect, Cuban Link. He was a lyrical assassin, Prospect. I think Triple Six was also in the group too. But I don't think there's any like recordings of those. I would like to hear any recordings from those. You know what I mean? And then he got his first appearance on Wax was actually on Fat Joe's second album, Jealous One's Envy album. I did a review on that album. Definitely check that out when you guys get a chance. Very underrated album, in my opinion. He was on the song Watch Out, and he caught a body on that joint right there. And and then in '96, he was actually part of the B side of the song Envy, the single. Um, and there was a song called Firewater, which he fucking caught a body. It's actually that song is actually featured on the Endangered Species compilation album that I did a review on a couple years back. I have to revisit that album, like kind of like do. I'm gonna do like a review on that album again because I didn't really like the review that I did for the album. I'm gonna do that. There's a couple albums I want to do that for. So, but yeah, and then in 1997. Put out a couple singles and things like that. And then '98, he dropped this album. And he was also known as Big Moondog before that. My introduction to Big Pun was actually like '99. Shout out to my dude Ricardo Caballero. Um, this is when I was living in Queens. This was crazy ass dude, man. He was a big Terror Squad, Big Pun, Beat Nuts. He's the one to put me on to Beat Nuts. Um, he was Puerto Rican, Peruvian cat. You know what I mean? Where you at, man? Yo, salute to you, man, for real, man. Because he put me on to some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad he did that. And he put me on to Fat Joe and all that shit. So I credit him for putting me on to Big Pun and the Beat Nuts and all that shit. You know what I mean? So I just had to throw it out there. So wherever you at, bro, man, yo, I hope all is well. I hope life is treating you right. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, man. There's 3 singles of the album. The singles are "Still Not a Player" featuring Joe, which is the second single of the album. Um, "I'm Not a Player," which was the first single that came out in '97, and you came up with Nori, Nori from Drink Champs, you guys know. But before he was actually a rapper, so at one point, if you guys didn't know that, so just had to throw it out there. All right. Um. All right. So let's get into what the album looks like. All right. So this is Big Pun right here. That was his original name, Big Punisher, and then before that, Big Moondog, like I mentioned before. Iconic album cover. The European version of this album, you see Big Pun behind the Statue of Liberty covering her tits. Well, it was a lady dressed as the Statue of Liberty, and he's covering her titties. And I would like to get a album cover of that. I would like to get that version just because of that cover. Very iconic. You know what I'm saying? Just have to, and you just see right here, Big Pun. You know what I mean? Iconic pick right there. You know what I'm saying? And that logo, oh my god, that shit was all over New York in the late '90s. Like you couldn't go anywhere without seeing that logo. That shit was. I'm so glad I grew up the time I did, man. Like I was 12 in 1999, but man, that shit is dope. All right, this is what the CD looks like. Pretty dope. Got that black and gold kind of effect to it. You can see Big Pun right here on some like Mind Master type shit, Mastermind. some evil wizard, you know what I mean, warlock type shit over this the Yankee Stadium. So I thought that was pretty cool, you know what I mean, pretty dope. All right, show you what the album looks like. All right, same thing as the back cover for the track listing rather. Whew, man. Open it up. Alright, so this is what I was talking about. So I think in the European version, this is the album cover for that. So that's what I want. I want that version, you know what I mean? So definitely want to get that. I know that goes for a little bit of money, but definitely need to get my hands on that. So, and you can see like the Bronx, street map and things like that. Pretty cool. You see Big Pun right there. See like a more spread out picture of that, and you see Big Pun right there. You know what I mean? Just over a store, whatever the case may be. Yeah, pretty cool. All right. Yeah, and and then it has like the shout outs, and again like the State versus Big Pun on some like like trial shit. That's pretty fucking dope, and it's played out like as like a kind of like a court setting in a sense. It's pretty cool, but it's like like the executive producers, but the way it's laid out is like on some like trial shit. So I thought that's pretty cool, pretty dope. You know what I mean? All right. So let me get into the producers and the features of the album. All right. So producers of the album: Juju of the Beatnuts. Who else? Rockwilder of Def Squad fame, underrated producer. Let's see who else. Nobody, dope producer. Sean C and LV. That's from that. Nobody. Let's see. I think Nobody's LV and Sean C's the other dude. Let's see who else. Yeah, Nobody. Mike Zulu, Domingo, another dope producer. Frank Nitty. Let's see who was Young Lord, another dope producer. He's part of the whole Hitman crew with Bad Boy with Chucky Thompson. Recipes of Chucky Thompson. His anniversary just passed, I think, a couple of days ago. I think August 9th he died. Just had a daughter out there. Yeah, Young Lord of the Hitman crew. Young Lord again. Alias, another dope producer. Let's see who else. Alias. Kieran Walsh, Minnesota, another dope producer right there. Big Pun and Fat Joe. Just so you know, they just said that for the Twins deep cover, so they just got the instrumental and just like rapped over it. So that's why they put like produced by them. So Rockwell, like I mentioned before, RZA, Daniel, Daniel EQ and Showbiz of DITC fame. Another dope, underrated producer in my opinion. All right, features of the album: Black Daughter of the Roots, Joe, another dope R&B singer, very underrated. Miss Jones, yes, Miss Jones of Hot 97 at one point, and she was actually a singer too. I think she dropped an album that year in '98, so I didn't hear it, but so I threw it out there. Wyclef John of the Fugees and all that. Fat Joe, Triple Six, Armageddon, Cuban Link, pretty much the whole Terror Squad. Yeah. Let's see who else. Prospect. Let's see what else. Funkmaster Flex, his bitch ass. Fat Joe I mentioned before. Noriega. Prodigy, Inspector Deck, and Busta Rhymes. Those are the features of the album. Alright, you know how I get down. I'm gonna go through some of the tracks. Alright, let's try to close this up. But yeah, man, I would love to get my hands on the original cover of that album, man. Like I said, that's the European version of the album cover, so I'd definitely like to get my hands on that. So, alright, so you know how I get down. I'm gonna go through some of the tracks and read the lyrics, because give me a lot of reading, because Pun is just a fucking beast. All right, let me get a swig of water first off. Ah, all right. Track one. It's the intro. Um, so the intro starts off with from the movie Fresh. For all my people that know about that movie Fresh, as a hood classic. You know, with Chucky. Rest in peace, Chucky. Fresh, and Nicholas. It starts off where Chucky, was talking about the comic book heroes and stuff like that. So he was talking about the Punisher. You know what I mean? He's just talking about how the Punisher, he destroys all everybody's superheroes. Like he's that shit. So it's pretty much a play on a big pun being the Punisher. You know what I mean? Pretty dope. And the low key Chucky, he reminds me of Fat Joe. Like just as him, he reminds me of Pun and Fat Joe, just because of how he carries himself and shit like that. You know what I mean? And crazy ass Puerto Rican man. But rest in peace to Chucky, man. Chucky was that nigga. Man. Like he was stupid too. So you guys know about that movie Fresh. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I had to throw it out that, but definitely a clever way to introduce Pun into the game and into the intro. Very dope, clever way. So shout out to Big Pun for that. You know what I mean? Track two, Beware. That was produced by Juju of the Beatnuts. Very dope, very different from Juju. Very dark. You know what I mean? For Juju, you know what I mean? Very different. It's kind of grimy. You know what I mean? Definitely one of my favorite songs of the album. It's a braggadocio track. Just him. One of whack MCs, man, to watch out to get off the mic, man. And I like the use of I gave you fair warning, beware. Dope use of the Prodigy sample. But yeah, man, I had to highlight the lyrics, man. I like the line when he says, "I'm hazardous for your health and health's your next stop. For real, my shit's cocked. Your whole world has just stopped. I'm not the one you should be underestimating. Come test your fate and I guarantee I'll be under investigation. You can't handle the whole. I'll slam you on your skull or we can go blow to blow like Evander and Bo." Woo! Killed that shit. So the Evander and Bo is Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe. The big fight that I had back in 1993, so that's when you all refers to that as that. So that was track two, Beware. Definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album, and dope way to start the album. So far, so forth. Starting off dope. Track three, Super Lyrical featuring Black Thought. Very, very dope song right there. Black Thought caught a body, but to me, Big Pun, he reigns supreme on that shit, of course. But just to have Black Dawn on that track is just something else. You know what I mean? It's something that Big Pun saw, and then you could tell that Big Pun is a hip hop head. But there was a line that I like when he said, "My raps are like cables slashing your facial." He killed that. I love that. Um, yeah, really, really dope. But there's another line I like when he said, "Just call me baby Jesus, cause lately niggas will be praising me just for the way I blaze them beat crazily, tape the CD lasery, it pasted amazingly flavory, gaze into my rhymes that basically hypnotize you occasionally." Woo, he killed that. So that's track three, Super Lyrical. Track four, Taster's Choice. That's a pun. That's a skit. It's oh my god, yo, Pun's a funny nigga, man. So Pun, so in this skit, he has he's having a threesome with these chicks, but then they end up fighting. They end up fighting for Pun, and he pretty much intervenes. Hey, yo, y'all just kiss each other. Y'all eat each other out. So the girls end up eating. Just they apologize to each other and shit like that, and they start eating each other out and shit like that. So, so hence the name Taster's Choice. Oh my god, Pun is a fool, man. Track five, Still Not a Player featuring Joe. Definitely one of the biggest songs of the album. You know what I mean? That song like is all over the even to this day. It's a timeless song. You hear it, like it don't even sound from '98. Like that's how dope it is, man. And Still Not a Player, fucking dope, man. It's a classic song. I mean, everybody knows that song. Very, very, very dope, man. I don't want to be a player. I'm not a player. I just don't. I just fuck a lot. You know what I mean? But in the edited version, I just crush a lot. But since I fuck a lot, really dope song, man. Like I said, with this song, um, it was kind of like I consider it to be like the remix. Like it's a combination of this song and the original song "I'm Not a Player." So he just wanted to like combine "I'm Not a Player" with this song, and that's how he got this song. So that was like his idea with that song. Um, I do like the line when he said, "Puffing the line from my twincito up in the Benzito with my Kiko from Queens named Perico. We go back like PAs and wearing PJs. Now we reach peakers running trace for 3 days. Who wanna ride? It won't cost you $1. Whether soft or harder, of course you still gonna holler. Mama, I'm thick, huh? I'll rip my prick through your hooters. I'm sick. You couldn't measure my dick with 6 rulers." Come on, man. Like, yo, Pun, oh my god, that nigga is. He's a fucking animal, man. I fucking love that joint right there. Like, listen to the song. Like, you kind of overlook the lyrics, but just the way he raps over it is just so. He just sounds so good over it. But then when you look at the lyrics, like, wow, that nigga saying some shit. So, yeah. But yeah, that was song 5. Track 5, Still Not a Player, featuring Joe. Really dope. Track 6, Intermission, it's just a beat. It's like a short instrumental just leading up to the next song, Dream Shatterer, which I'll talk about right about now. All right, track 7, um, Dream Shatterer. Whoo, produced by Domingo. Definitely one of the most standout tracks of the album. So the little story with this song is that the original version was produced by Buck Wild, but they couldn't clear the sample. It was the Love Unlimited Orchestra sample. Pretty much it was Barry White, pretty much like the group that was under Barry White and stuff like that, like the production and stuff like. Well, that was a group that was part of Barry White, but they couldn't clear the sample. But ironically, that's the same sample that was used by Price for Ghetto Superstar and the song "Nori Thugs Are Us," which was actually featured on the Streets is Watching soundtrack. So I don't know, maybe I don't know, they couldn't clear it for some reason. But that version you can actually find on Endangered Species. But I'm gonna be real with you, I kind of prefer this version, the Mingle version, over the Buck Wild version. That's just my personal opinion. But man, he caught a body with this song. Um, there's a line when he said, it was the beginning of the first verse when he says, "You know the pun will diss you if your whole season's unofficial. I'll come and get you and let your Desert East tongue kiss you. With one pistol, 2 clips, I make your crew do flips like acrobatics. I'm charismatic, my guy is magic. It makes rappers disappear, whisper in your ear, crystal clear. Come here, let me kiss your tears." Oh, yo, that nigga is, yo, come on, man. And Pun is whack. Like, they say Pun is overrated, man. Like, I don't get that. Like, y'all niggas is not in the building, man. Like, when Pun, and Pun is that nigga, man. I love Pun, man. I miss Pun. Pun is that dude. Love that nigga, man. Rest in peace to him. All right. That was track 7, The Dream Shatterer. Track 8, Punish Me, featuring Miss Jones. Dope song. That song easily could have been a single at that time. So in this song, he talks about, a chick that he was rocking with at the time. That was his main squeeze at one point. But, she, ended up playing the nigga, you know what I mean? Just being betrayed, and he just pretty much played that nigga, you know what I mean? Just ghosted him and that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And the beat kind of has like that R Kelly, like kind of like that, the R. Kelly era from like 95 to like 98, like has like that kind of vibe, something that R. Kelly would have done. That was produced by Frank Nitti. But there's a line that I like what he said, behaving like a money hungry hooker. Funny how the money took her from an average honey to a stunning looker. I look back, I reminisce how we used to kiss. It smashed ships in the GS and I bought her last Khrist. So she got too big for a bridge, but the bridge is over. Not the one in Queens, but I mean the one she's dreaming wasn't sober. Yo, Pun is, yo, come on, man. Pun is that dude, man. But yeah, track 8, Punish Me, very very dope track. That easily could have been a single. All right. Track 9, Packing the Mac, Part 1. This is a funny ass skit. So in this skit, Pun sees his his drug dealer talking shit. Approaches the nigga. They get into an argument. They get into the shootout. Kills the drug dealer. Then he ends up shooting one of his mans by accident. Asking if he's okay. Shot that nigga. But then he saw one of his rivals that he saw from back in the day. He spared his life. And yeah, so I thought that was pretty. He told, get the fuck out of here. Like some straight movie shit, man. That shit is so fucking dope, man. I really enjoyed that, man. Let me see something. Alright. Then we got track 10, You Ain't a Killer. Definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album. Actually, this song was actually featured on the song, the whole soundtrack from '97. If you guys check that album, that soundtrack, very fucking dope, very very dope. I think I have that album. I'm not sure. I got so much albums, like hard to keep up. Let me get a swig of water. So, in this track, he pretty much gets at studio gangsters. This is just the studio gangsters in general. Of course, he caught a body in this joint. Dope sample from Michael Jackson. This is Michael Jackson sample. There's a line I like when he said, "Welcome to hell, son. The threshold of death. Face a serpent. I blaze a person. You get laced for certain. Leaving jakes with no trace to work from. Close the curtains. Close the case like curtains. I'm hurting heads severely. Really trying to bring the pain. There's nothing more satisfying than you crying, scream my name. It's not a game. Purple is purple veins. The flood of blood stains. Big Pun's my thug's name. Busting my guns. Doug's my love thing. I slit your jug vein and snatch your Adam's apple. John Madden tackle your corpse to hoist it on a cross at the tabernacle." Oh my God. Oh my Jesus Christ. Like I don't understand. This nigga is not human. And y'all want to say that Big Pun is whack, he's overrated. Like I don't get that disrespectful shit. I don't get it, man. Oh my God. You Ain't a Killer. That was track 10. Track 11, Packing the Mac Part 2. So in this one, this is a sequel to that. It's right after the events that happened in Part 1. In this one, Cuban Link, he comes to the scene, after the shootout, and then Pun was like, Cuban asked Pun, like, yo, why is there blood in your shirt? And, he said he killed some cats that tried to kill him, and he talks about packing the Mac in the back of the act. And then that's when they start singing the packing them in the back and that, packing them in the back and that, packing them in the back and that. Yo, that shit is so funny. I love that, man. The chemistry between Cuban and Link and Cuban and Pun was undeniable. Very fucking dope. All right. Track 12, Caribbean Connection featuring Wyclef. Wyclef John. Definitely one of the most sleeper tracks on the album, in my opinion. Pun, of course, caught a body on that shit. I believe that one was produced by Young Lord. But yeah, I love the line where he said, "Who puffs more owls than Pun? Pals on more styles than Pun. Who the only one with 1,000 guns? Running up niggas' cribs like I paid the bill. Make you squirt the combination to the safe for wealth. I lace your girl up with the fire starter. Hit your wife with the sword off. In the shower, power drive your daughter." Woo! Man, he killed that shit. Woo! So yeah, that was track 12, Caribbean Connection. Track 13, Glamour Life featuring Fat Joe and Terror Squad. Another dope joint right there. Killed that shit. I like the line. Armageddon fucking caught a body with that shit. Definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album. It's just talking about living a lavish life and stuff like that. I like the line by Armageddon when he says, dicks with the fallopian, wide as an auditorium, she fuck for dough for opium, prostitute, emporium, 500 bends, so friends sell Cambodian, 8 cups of vodka, 4 cups of juice for sodium. Woo! He killed that. Armageddon, I wish he dropped the album around this time. That shit would have been fucking dope. I love that shit right there. So that was track 13, Capital Glamour Life. Alright. Track 14, Capital Punishment featuring Prospect. In my opinion, one of the most slept on tracks of the album. It just talks about how, people, he really talks about the ills of the streets. Like, you become a child, you become a man, you fall victim to the street life, and then you become straight property. That's what pretty much what he talks about. And he talks about this in the first verse, which I'll recite when he said, I've seen child blossom to men, some wedded and turned to murderers, led astray by the lies and death glorifies observing us, watching us close, milking the toast, easy to purchase, purposely overtaxing the earnings, nervous, burning down the churches. They're scared of us, rather beware than dare to trust. Dogs in jail, $1 million bill left there to rust. I mean, that right there, it just, it, I don't need to say anymore, and it's just so true. The way he explained that, broke that down, is so fucking true, and it's deep too. Excuse me. Yeah, so that was track 14, Capital Punishment, self-titled track. Track 15, Uncensored, Funk Flex, featuring Funk Master Flex. This shit was too funny. Funk Max, he's having he's just him and Big Pun having a conversation on how many chicks that he fucked, and then like Flex is just dying laughing. He's just cracking jokes, and he's just like when him and Fat Joe are having sex with having sex with girls. Look like two grizzly bears having sex. It's like I just paraphrase what he said with it. But the way he said it was so funny, man. You would have to listen to it. It's like too funny. So that was track 15, Uncensored. All right. Let me see. 1 second. All right. Track 16, I'm Not a Player, which was the first single of the album. That single was released actually in late '97, so it was the first single of the album. To me, one of the more underrated tracks of the album. It's an underrated single. It's not a single that I really hear people talk about. It was dope. To me, it's an underrated single. You know what I mean? I think it was an OJ sample, and what's cool is that he actually, in the video, it was definitely Scarface influence, and it was dope to see. I think they were performing at Jimmy's Cafe, Fat Joe's old club in the Bronx, which is no longer in business. But it was dope to see the OJs performing in the video, and it's so fucking dope. And then you see Chi-Chi from Scarface in the video, so I thought that was pretty cool. So like I said, it was a Scarface influenced video, so I thought that was pretty cool. It's like I said, it was an OJ sample that they used, and the OJ performed in the video, so I thought that was pretty good. Dope homage, like, it's very fucking dope. That's how you do it. And that's how you tell that Pun is, he loved music. You know what I mean? And it definitely shows, man. There's a line that I like when he says, I bring the pain like method when I flex and flip the coochie. Puerto Rican to the court, but no Boricas eat the pussy. Excuse me for being blunt, but I've been eating cunts since Prince was pushing caddies with the fish tank pumps, bumping and grinding, simultaneously grinding, climbing up the walls with my balls banging off your hymen. Off your hymen, I'm a diamond in the rough, busting your face, taste the sweetness of my dick, rip your feet is out of place. Woo! Killed that shit. Yeah, he killed that shit right there. Alright, so that was track 16, I'm Not a Player. Alright, track 17, Twins, Deep Cover 98. That was another single too, which had a video too. Even though I did say I have three singles, but I consider that to be a single as well. It was, they had a video for that as well. But Pun fucking caught a body with that shit. It's pretty much them rapping off the Deep Cover sample by Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. But I love the back and forth between the two. It's just like it was like a match in heaven with them two together, and it's fucking dope. And this is like Don Carter, Gina era Fat Joe, and you guys know that Big Pun at that time wrote the lyrics for that. But to me, it didn't matter because the way Fat Joe delivered, and it just sounded so dope. And yeah, it just pretty much talked about exposing the snitch and the crew, talking about pretty much there's a snitch in the crew, exposing that nigga and taking care of the problem. That's pretty much the premise of the song. That's what I got from that. I love the line when Pun said, "I rub your face off the earth and curse your family's children like Amityville and draw the nose in your cavities filling. Insanity's building the pavilion, my civilian. The cannon be the anarchy that's humanity dealing." Man, he killed that shit. Woo! Yeah. So that was track 17, Twins, Deep Cover 98. Fat Joe, he did his thing too on that, but Big Pun, he's a star of the group. He's a star in my opinion, man. So, track 18, The Rain and the Sun Interlude featuring Dead Prez. So the story with this is an interlude. Definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album. It's an interlude, but it's just Prospect, telling Pun that like, yo, you're one of the best MCs in the world, like that people, that need to recognize you as like one of the best. To me, you're one of the best and that ever did it, that kind of thing. And the story with the beat is that originally that was actually a Dead Prez song. But with that being said, let me see something. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So like I was saying before, that was originally a Dead Prez song. And with that being said, Pun liked that beat so much, he asked him for the beat, and they blessed him with the beat because they were label mates at the time because they were both on Loud Records, you know what I mean? And Dead Prez actually put out the Let's Get Free album back in 2000, which is another great album. That was another album I think it was supposed to come out in 98, but they went through a lot of sample clearances, like some of the songs that they couldn't clear, or like some of the subject matter they couldn't use and things like that, like songs like Food, Clothes, and Shelter, which I believe was supposed to be on Shelter on the Let's Get Free album, but that wasn't on the album. Unfortunately, I would have loved that shit. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album, even though it was an interlude. But yeah, the beat, that shit just goes hard. And someone on YouTube actually kind of pieced that instrumental together with the hook. Whoever did that, yo, salute to you. You fucking killed it. I'll post that in the description box. And let me change the song, sorry. Alright. So that was track 18, excuse me. Boomerang. Fucking dope song. One of my favorite songs of the album. In my opinion, one of the most underrated tracks in my opinion. I fucking love that song. Killed that shit. Yeah, he in this song he talks about pretty much wishing that he didn't live the street life. Yeah, I would like so that song pretty much was talking about like he kind of regrets living the street life. He wished he lived a regular life, and he kind of looks back. He's like ashamed of what he went through at that time. And the beat is so fucking dope. It's a sample that's been used before. That's produced by the mighty VIC or Vic, who was part of the Beatnuts at one point. He was one of the part of the Beatnuts, and also he was part of the group called the Groove Merchants with Godfather Don back in the early to mid 90s. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me about. So yeah, and like the beat, it just sounds like a dark, easy mo B type of track. One of my favorite lines I like when he said, Wish I could slip back and switch the memories, lift the felonies off from my record and respect my enemies. Live like the Kennys, above the law, fuck 'em all. I'm coming for the rich, Steven them, even if I wasn't poor. I seen it like I said it before. The streets are for men at war, and the beats of the predators. I shed it all first and be the primary source. Of course, I bury any adversaries trying to flaws, just because the reason I leave them in the sauce. Teen off like we up north just for being soft. A beating horse like a slave, getting minimum wage, filling the gauge, front page, and these are the last days. Woo! So that's pretty much the premise of the song, man. Just him, just having regrets, not getting into the street life, man. That's what I got from that. So that was track 19, Boomerang. Definitely one of my favorite songs. Track 20, You Came Up featuring Noriega. That was the third single of the album. I'm gonna keep it real, not one of my favorite songs of the album. I did not like that song at all. Did not like it. You know what it was? It was the beat. I didn't like the beat, and the horns is like like, I don't know, hearing that throughout the whole song, I just couldn't do it. Not my favorite song, but it's just him talking about how he came up and that kind of thing. So trying to throw that out there. I know I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for that, but this is my personal opinion. But yeah, not one of my favorite songs of the album. I could have done without that. All right, one of my all-time favorite songs of hip hop of all time, man. Tres Leches, Tribal Trilogy, featuring Prodigy and Rebel INS, Inspector Deck. Man, they fucking Pun did his thing, but to me, Prodigy and Deck fucking caught a body on that shit. It was produced by RZA, and what better producing? One of RZA's illest beats in my opinion. Fucking killed that shit. And this is like Wu-Tang Forever RZA, so you already know. I love the line in Prodigy when he says, "Give you a red shirt with the red hat to match. First match like it's Hamburger Hill, for real, it's Red Dawn. When the mob get it on, my outfit stuck on Wild Out shit, all about it. We move Gambit through the overcrowded." Love that. Deck when he says, "Muscle bound sounds surround commercial thugs, rock turtle dove Bowery suits and purple gloves. Me and you can have some fun, make it a blast. You couldn't take the impact, but still show the path, blood for blood." Woo! Killed that shit. Love that shit. So that was track 21, Tres Leches. Fucking love that shit. 1 second. Alright, track 22, Charlie Rock Shout. Recipe to Charlie Rock LD. He recently died a couple of months ago, but Big Pun is shouting him out. Charlie Rock LD they're pretty much one of the founding members of Terror Squad, you know what I mean? And he was just shouting him out because I think at the time he was doing a bid. I think he served like 20 years or some shit like that. So he's just shouting him out. So recipe to Charlie Rock LD, you know what I mean? I know him and Fat Joe didn't see eye to eye, you know what I mean? So just had to throw it out there. All right, track 23, Fast Money. That was track 23 and 22, Charlie Rock LD. Fast Money, just sort of about, just getting money through just getting fast money through crime. Definitely not one of my favorite tracks of the album. I just didn't like the beat, you know what I mean? I didn't really write anything to it. And then the last track, 24, Parental Discretion featuring Busta Rhymes. Fucking dope track right there. And this song, he just pretty much addresses the critics saying that how hip hop gets treated unfairly due to violence, but he's just saying how violence was there before hip hop. So that's what he talks about. But I love the line when he said, and the beat was produced by Showbiz, but I decided to throw it out there. But I love the line when he said, "The recipe is deaf and I'm the chef. fricassee in your flesh and be my guest if I ain't clean the mess. Me and TS, we test the niggas' face just to see their face expression when destined to states. That death be in the case. I'm the state of grace in the hated race by the pagan face. Couldn't fight us, made a virus, gave us AIDS. Woo! He fucking killed that shit. And that's it, folks. That's pretty much the end of the album review. My thoughts of this album. This is a 5 mic classic. I don't care what nobody says. He was the first solo Latin artist to go platinum. The reason why I say that is because Cypress Hill was actually the first Latin group to go platinum. You know what I mean? So as I thought out there, but him being the first solo artist or Latin artist to go platinum, which kind of bothers me because I get why they do that, but there was pigeonholed Pun because he's Puerto Rican is the Latin artist. Like, nah, the nigga's hip hop, and I gotta give a shout out to Sick Jackin of Psycho Realm, because he did an interview with DJ Vlad, and he was saying that he want to he wants Psycho Realm to be compared to like the likes of Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep. He doesn't want to be compared as like a Latin group. No, I'm one of the greats too, and that's how I feel with Big Pun. But I'm gonna keep it real. I feel like the reason why he doesn't get a lot of props is because he's Puerto Rican. He's Boricua. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's fair. And this nigga is one of the illest MCs to touch the mic. He will eat half of these niggas out today. You know what I mean? And I mean, you got the likes of Terminology, who fucking bodies Big Pun, and people give Terminology hate because he's like, oh, he's trying to be like Pun, but yo, the nigga was influenced by that nigga. He's Boricua too. So like, what do you want him to do? Like, how can you not? And then he's a student of Coogee Rap, one of the illest MCs of all time, in my opinion. He's the greatest MC of all time. Better than Jay-Z, better than Nas, better than KRS-One, better than Rakim. I know that might be the Queen's bias in me, but Coogee Rap is your favorite rapper's rapper. Pun being one of them. You know what I mean? And it's just unfair that he doesn't get the props because he's Puerto Rican. I gotta call it a spade. You know what I mean? And the hate gotta stop. You know what I mean? But to me, a 5 mic classic. Like I said, despite the 2 songs I don't really care for, You Came Up and Fast Money, I could have done without those. But even with those songs, hey, it has its place in this album, and it's just flawed. The way the album is sequenced is just phenomenal, and I think people just need to stop sleeping. Give this album a chance, because this album is a phenomenal album. It needs to be talked about a lot more, and his storytelling, his ear for beats is just phenomenal. That's it, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed that review. Definitely stay tuned for more. All right.